800 million people just switched to AI search. Is your business ready? In this video, we're going to break down the statistics of how many people use AI search and why it matters for your business. So starting off, there's 800 million users every week using AI instead of Google. Is your business visible? That's what we're going to break down, how to figure this out. So in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact number behind the AI search revolution, why 92% of businesses are invisible to these 800 million users, what happens to businesses that don't adapt. Hint, they see a loss in 25% traffic by 2026, and the 60-day roadmap to capture AI search customers before your competitors do. So let me emphasize, this is not the future. This is happening right now. Here are the numbers as of February 5th, 2026. So if you're watching this video a few months down the road, this is February 5th of 2026. So the numbers don't lie. AI search is already massive. The user adoption statistics. For ChatGPT, there are 800 million weekly active users, 5.7 billion monthly visits, 2 billion queries processed per day, 23,000 searches per second. Gemini, which is Google's AI, has 2 billion monthly users. It appears in 18% of all Google searches. So any link you see is being filtered by AI search. That's where that 18% comes in. And 1 in 5 Google searches now include AI summaries. So the other AI search platforms are Perplexity, which has 22 million monthly users, Microsoft AI, which has 100, and then it's growing 500% year over year. Now, this isn't all of the AI platforms. These are just the mainstream ones. It's key to note that Perplexity has 65% high-income professionals using it for search. AKA, if you're coming up on Perplexity, the people with money are going to see your business. So AI search isn't coming, it's already here. It's already bigger than most traditional search engines, and your customers are already using it. So there's 800 million weekly users. That's more than the entire population of Europe every single week. So let's continue and break down who's using AI. So Gen Z, your future customers, 35% use AI chatbots to search for information. These chatbots are ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini. AI search is their primary discovery method. They trust AI recommendations over traditional ads. Now, if you look just like this guy looking at his phone and everyone else in this picture, people are on their phones 24/7, especially Gen Z. And this is why they trust AI so much. They're not just using it for business recommendations. They're using it for their personal life, their work. They're analyzing emails, finding the best restaurant to go to. So they have an immense level of trust for these AIs, which is so important to remember. Now, high-value professionals, these are your best customers, depending on your industry. 30% of Perplexity users are in senior leadership positions. 65% are high-income white-collar professionals. They use AI for detailed research before purchasing. Now, they're using it to find their business. They're also just using it for work as a whole. So everyone else, 72% of businesses have adopted AI for at least one function. Decision makers are using AI to vet vendors, and even older demographics are shifting to AI-assisted search. Some by choice, some aren't aware that they're shifting to AI-assisted search. So the early adopters are high-value customers. The people with money to spend, the decision makers, they've already switched. Meaning, if you appear in AI search, you are appearing in front of people with money, which is key for any business to survive. If your customer is under 40 or makes over $100,000, they're already using AI search. Now, the key here is this is most of your customers in the US are either under 40 or make over $100,000. That captures most demographics. So AI search has exploded and you're missing it. Here's the growth data. Year over year, AI search traffic increases 500%. From January 2024, there were 17,000 sessions from AI search. January 2025, there's 107,000 sessions from AI search. That's 6.3 times growth in just 12 months. What is a session? A session is basically when you go on ChatGPT and have multiple conversations and ChatGPT replies. This is a session. The whole conversation is considered one session. So there were 107,000 of these conversations between AI and the users. and this increased 6.3 times in just 12 months. So traditional search comparison, Google organic traffic, this is plus 2 to 5% annually. The forecasted drop is minus 25% by 2026 as users shift to AI. So your competitors are fighting over a shrinking pie. If it's this much, if we have a circle, let's try and draw this. And before, maybe Google dominated this much of the pie. Now, Google is only dominating this much of the pie. So this whole window right here is being replaced. Google is being replaced. So while you're optimizing for Google, your customers are already switching to ChatGPT. While you're focused on SEO, your competitors are capturing AI search. It's just the future and where technology is growing. So AI search traffic grew 500% last year. Traditional search is declining. Where are you investing your money? If I were you, I'd go in the place that's not declining and take it to AI, where it is increasing and where there is a future for more people that are going to use it. So AI search visitors are 4.4 times more valuable. Here's the conversion data. So they're 4.4 times higher conversions than traditional organic search, 14.2% conversion rate from AI search versus 2.8% from Google. Why is this? Comes down to one word, trust. When users already trust AI for everything in their day-to-day life, when it gives them a business recommendation, guess what? They're going to trust that recommendation. They don't have to go validify that this is the best business to go with. They've given that decision to AI and said, hey, give me the best one. And they trust the result. There's a 27% lower bounce rate. They stick around. 38% longer session duration. They engage more. There's more pages viewed per session. Now, why it converts better? It's later in the buying journey. They've already researched. They're asking AI now who's the best. There's a higher intent. AI filtered out the bad matches. They're more informed. AI will give them context on the businesses. And they're pre-qualified. AI wouldn't recommend if they're not a good fit. So this is why they trust it. And they're also only asking AI if they're ready to make a decision. They're not going to ask for the best one if they're just looking around. They'll look at the whole industry. If they need it now, they're going to ask for the best one. So here's the math. Traditional SEO has 100 visitors per 3 customers. AI, for 100 visitors, you get 14 customers. Same traffic, 467% more revenue. It's not just about more traffic. It's about better traffic. AI pre-qualifies your customers. So out of the traffic you're being sent, you have 467% increased in conversions from the same amount of 100 people because it's only sending people that are interested in buying. Now, businesses that adapted are already winning. So here's the performance data. On ROI improvements, 70% of businesses report higher ROI after using AI and SEO workflows. 92% of businesses report measurable results from AI initiatives, and 67% plan to increase AI investment over the next 3 years. And they're only doing this because of the return they're getting on that investment, and it's making them significantly more money. So here's a competitive advantage. Early adopters are capturing 60 to 80% of AI search traffic in their markets. Business ranking on AI search report 40 to 60% lower customer acquisition cost. If you're competing with a business who has a 40 to 60% lower CAC or customer acquisition cost, you can't compete with them because they can reduce their prices significantly because it costs far less to get a customer. And if they don't reduce their prices, they're making a lot more than you, so they can outspend you when it comes to marketing. So the average time to first customer contact is 18 hours versus a traditional 4 to 7 days. The businesses winning right now aren't necessarily better than you. They just adopted faster. 70% higher ROI, 92% seeing results. The question isn't, does this work? It's when will you start? And so let's break down, why are the winners winning even when they're not better than you or bigger than you? Because a lot of times the business that's been around 50 years isn't being recommended, and the one who's been around 5 years is. Why is this? Because the 5-year business has more trust signals than the 50-year business. Because this business is set in their ways and says, I don't need any methods of trust for AI to see. I don't care about AI. I get my business through referrals. That's fine until people stop communicating with other humans like we see every single day. Think of how many people talk to their phones over talk in person nowadays. People don't talk to people as much as they used to, and just relying on referrals is not a reputable decision for your business to grow in 2026. So here's the problem. You're invisible to 800 million users. So where you are ranking, Google organic search is page 1, Google Maps top 5 in your area, Yelp, you have good visibility, and traditional SEO is solid. Where you're not ranking, ChatGPT, you're not mentioned. Perplexity, you have no results. Google AI overviews, bypass. Microsoft Copilot, invisible. Claude, no data. You invested years building Google rankings. That's great, but 800 million people per week aren't using Google. They're using AI, and you're nowhere to be found. So the math of invisibility. If there's 800 million weekly AI users, your market share, if visible, is 0.1%, which would be conservative. So your potential customers are 800,000 per week. You actually capture of 800,000, 0. This is the big problem most people aren't seeing. You're not losing to a better business. You're losing to invisible competitors who rank on AI. So what is this invisibility actually costing you? A lot of people say, okay, I'm invisible. So why do I need to care that I'm invisible? How much is it really impacting my revenue? So the conservative estimates for a service-based business, there's 800 million global AI users. That's 0.001% in your market. That's 8,000 local searches per week. This is for your city. Let's just assume you live in a normal city. Not Miami, not New York, just a normal city in the US. If you rank number 1, that's 30% capture. So that's 2,400 potential customers per week. There's a 14.2% AI conversion rate, which would mean you would be getting 341 customers per week. Now let's just say your average LTV is $1,800. That means your weekly opportunity costs are $613,800. So $613,000 a week is how much opportunity you're leaving on the table by being invisible to AI. So if you don't think it's increasing or impacting your revenue, this is how much opportunity you're losing per week. So the annual impact, if we do 52 weeks multiplied by the money you're losing in opportunity costs, that's $31.9 million annually. So going to the 3 to 5 businesses that do rank on AI search while you're focused on traditional SEO. Now the gap widens. Month 1, you lose $2.4 million to AI rank competitors. Month 6, they've captured 14,400 customers. You've captured 0. Year 1, they're the market leaders, and you're wondering what happened. The time to act is now, because AI search is still fairly new, and most businesses are not putting their focus on it like they are with SEO. So every week you don't rank on AI search, you're losing 600,000 plus to competitors. How long can you afford to do that? How long will your business, if you can afford it, be able to compete with your new competitors who are capturing that revenue? So let's say you don't adapt in 2026. What will happen? The prediction data, if you don't care about this at all, and if you make no changes, the expected drop in traditional search volume is 25% by 2026. That's 12 to 18 months from now that percentage will be in place. So 1/4 of your current traffic is gone. Now, where does that traffic go? It's going to these AI sites, to businesses that rank on those AI search sites. More importantly, not to you if you don't adopt. Here's the compounding effect. Year 1 is minus 25%, year 2 is minus 40%, and year 3, traditional search becomes the legacy channel. If you look at Google, the highest impacted search platform that we have nowadays, what is their main focus right now? And it's not their search engine, it's AI. They realize that they're being replaced as a search engine. That's why they're putting all their eggs in the AI basket to be able to compete with these companies in the future. They're doing a pretty good job about it. So let's go over 2 scenarios. The first is you don't adapt. So in 2025, you'll go down 10% in leads. 2026, you'll go down 25%. 2027, you will go down 40+%. You're fighting over declining traditional search with 1,000 competitors. Now, scenario B, you adapt now. 2025, you capture a growing AI search market. 2026, you have an increase of 60% in leads while your competitors decline. 2027, you're the market leader in AI search, and you have an early mover advantage that you've locked in. So it's not like the people who don't rank on AI aren't going to be impacted. It's going to be winners and losers. The winners will have captured 60% more search in just a year, and the losers will have lost 60% of searches in 1 year. This is why this is so pivotal. Now, in 12 to 18 months, 25% of your current traffic source will be gone. Will you have a replacement for it? Are you going to replace it with ads, which will cost you a lot more money? Do you have that many referrals to make up 25% of your current traffic? If you do, you don't need to worry about this. If you don't, you should keep this in the top of your mind. So why you have exactly 60 days to act? The timing factors. The early mover advantage. AI search is only 18 to 24 months old, still new. Only 8% of businesses currently rank on AI platforms. 92% of businesses are invisible, just like you. The window of low competition is closing fast. So what happens at 60 days? Your AI ranking begin appearing. You start capturing AI search traffic. Your conversion rate jumps 4.4 times higher. Customer acquisition costs drop 40 to 60%. What happens if you wait? More competitors discover this. Competition increases. Ranking difficulty increases. Time to results extend from 60 days to 6+ months. You become a late adopter instead of an early mover. So right now you can rank number 1 on AI search in 60 days because 92% of your competitors haven't figured this out yet. In 6 months, it might take 6 to 12 months to rank and cost 3 times more. So early movers win, late adopters pay more and get less. Which one are you going to be? So the 800 million users switched, will you? So there's 2 choices you have. There's option A and B. Option A is stay focused on traditional SEO. You can keep fighting over the declining search volume, watch traffic drop by 25% by 2026, compete with 1,000+ businesses for scraps, wonder why leads are getting more expensive, and be a late adopter when you finally switch over. Option B is you can rank on AI search in just 60 days. You can capture 800 million weekly users searching on AI platforms, get a 4.4 times higher conversion rate, dominate AI search while 92% of competitors are invisible, lock in early mover advantage, and become the market leader in 90 days. Now you can book a free 15-minute AI search visibility audit with Advera. Advera is my company which sole purpose is helping businesses get ranked on AI because most businesses are not even mentioned. So we have a 60-day program where we help any business no matter what stage you are at in business. Maybe you're worth $70,000, maybe you're worth $70 million. We can rank you. We have packages for each type of person, but we go through a 60-day plan where we're helping you rank in 60 days. So if that interests you, there's a link below. You can have our team rank for you. So right now you can rank number 1 on AI search in 60 days because 92% of your competitors haven't figured this out yet. In 6 months, it might take 6 to 12 months and cost 3 times more. 800 million users switch to AI search. Your competitors are ranking. What are you waiting for? So I hope this video was helpful. Once again, Advera will be linked below. If you want us to rank your business for you in 60 days, you can click the link below, book a meeting with us, and we'll explain how we do that. Hope this was helpful. Comment any questions you have down below.